Hey, what's up, everybody? So this isn't really normal that I took this long to unbox a new toy or piece or anything that I've gotten, really. But it's been sitting here on my desk since I think since Thursday, and I've just been sick and busy, so I haven't really had a chance. You need me coughing now. I haven't had a chance to unbox it. But I finally sold my current video card which was the 970. So it's got to go out. So it's got to get the heck out of the system. So before I get started with the unboxing, I figured I'd run a quick benchmark here, just with what's it called, Rainbow Six Siege. So I'm gonna put this in the tripod here. So I'm gonna be here a little bit, doing my thing. So, thanks, Mike. Yeah, I really haven't felt well. Been coughing like crazy. Yeah, still coughing like crazy here. So yeah, so right now, like, everything's pretty much running on high, with the exception of, I think, shadows are on like medium or something to that effect. So so this benchmark only takes like a minute, like another minute or so. Then once we get that number, at least we'll have something to compare it to. Usually, I'd like to at least have some kind of baseline for the things that I drop a bunch of money on. So let's see here. It's looking like it's actually gonna looks like I did better on that benchmark. Overall 61 overall. Yeah, Mikey, Rainbow Six Siege is amazing. I absolutely love it. Like, I play a lot, like a lot. Definitely one of my favorite games, and I love SWAT 4. So like I know my tactical shooters. Yeah, Mike. That's the 1080 is awesome. I mean, if you have a use case for it, I mean, if you have a 4K screen, if you going to get an HTC Vive, I totally could see spending the extra money for it. Unfortunately, I can't spend an extra $800 on an HTC Vive, even though there's 10 of them down the street from my house. So let's see, 61, 96.9, and 205.1. It seems like they've changed the benchmark a little bit. Yeah, no, VR is awesome. I was just watching Jay's 2 Cents on YouTube, and I wasn't really all sold on the whole VR thing, but now that I have an even better card than the 970 at my disposal, and I like had the whole theater room, and like once I saw him using it and him talking about the setup and everything, I could totally see getting one for the theater room at some point. Maybe next generation. I mean, the Vive has already been out for a little while now, so I'm not sold on the idea that I'm going to spend the money right this second. Now here's the card. So what I'm going to do is switch the camera around here. Hey, everybody. Yeah, no, I know my card will do fine with VR. If I can get my hands on a setup that's cheap, then I totally would do it. Oh, good. Those cough drops are still here. Yeah, get me a cough drop. Let's see. All right, so. I went with the MSI one because it was what was available at the time when I ordered it, like last Saturday, I think last Saturday is when I ordered it from Newegg. It just happened to be in stock for a very short period of time, and I decided that I was going to go and get it, pick it up. So let's get it out of the box first. Nice. I've never, I can't think the last time I owned a MSI card. I think it's been a while, like a long while. I know I used to have MSI motherboards like forever and ever ago. surprised they still come with CDs. Like in this day and age, I would think like a USB stick would be so cheap. Yes, that is a Gorilla Demon Days album. Demon Days and Plastic Beach right there. I think I have the original album, the first album. I'm not positive, or I'm thinking that I've seen it a couple times, thought about buying it, but didn't really want to spend the $25 or $30 or whatever it was for the for it. I guess there's nothing else. This whole big box is like, this is all that's in there. So I'm gonna throw this off to the side for now. So I ended up getting the Armor Edition, which apparently I went and looked it up. The difference is the heat pipes. So while the fans is the fans are the same, the heat pipes underneath, I guess, are a little bit smaller than the. I think it's like 8. Let me get a little more light in here. I think it's like 8 millimeters or 6 millimeters. It's one of those two. And so this is a little bit smaller than that. This is pretty hefty card. Pretty hefty. But you know what? The heat pipes in here do not seem small. Like, considering what they are talking about, like on their website for the other one, these heat pipes do not seem tiny at all. So that's what the one side looks like. Let me just get it. I'm gonna get up and out of the way, and I'm gonna grab my case from underneath. And this case is heavy, like really heavy. There's 8 mechanical hard drives for a total of 30 terabytes in it. Plus there's 2 SSDs. And the case is padded on the inside, so to reduce the noise for fans and motion and stuff like that. So it's a very heavy case. So let me just turn over here. We'll get this all boxed back up here. I don't think I actually need any of this stuff. I don't need any of this. There we go, coughing again. All right. Oh. All right. Box out of the way. All this stuff out of the way. All right. So I got to get like on the floor here, so you can see cases down here. You gotta actually get like really, Justin. What are you planning on doing with 2 GTX 1080s? Are you planning on like running multiple 4K monitors or any kind of setup like that? Get some light under there. Oh, here comes Ava. Hope I can remember where all these cables go. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Melissa? She's what? Oh, yeah, no, she's not walking yet. Not walking yet, but we're getting there. She's trying to do the whole crawling thing. All right. Oh, God, this is heavy. Alright, so that's the case. So we can get this all opened up on the side here. Get the screws off. Okay. So as you can see with the case, I don't know if you can make it out real well with the lighting in here. Basically, you see how there's like a mat on the inside to help dampen the sound from inside of the case. So on the inside, you can see there's a lot of hard drives there. Let me fix this light a little bit. There's the 8 hard drives. The 2 solid states are on the back of the case. Giant heat sink here. It's not even that warm. We have extra expansion cards. It might be a little bit dark, but expansion cards so that I could get all these hard drives working inside off the motherboard, because I think I only have 6 SATA slots. So let's see, panel down. And we'll just pull the card out here. Power off. Ah, there we go. Now you can see. Just had to pull the light closer. Cable management isn't great, but with so many hard drives, it's tough to get it all perfect. Should be able to just pop this out like that. This is the old card here, the old 970. Has a nice fallout for backplate. It's not too dusty either. Put it down over here. Just for comparison, so it's a little hard to see because we're so close. Let me pull the camera away. Yeah, Mike, I did go with the Fallout 4 card because I wanted the Superclocked edition. Actually, it looks like, if you can tell, or is this, I can't tell if the sticker's coming off or if there's a film on top of the sticker that I never took off. I think it's a film on top of the sticker that it's bubbling a little bit. You can kind of see it there. So just for comparison, like, it's a much bigger card. Much bigger card. Compared to the 970. So yeah, so for, oh, what's up, Jeff Brown? All right, I'm gonna flip it back around here. All right, so we just gotta pull off the little protector thing. All right, let's drop it in. Oh, you know, something I didn't realize was that this is only a single 8-pin card. I thought that this was actually a dual pin, or a 6 and an 8-pin power pin card, but it's actually only single 8. So I'm trying to line it up here. Jeff, I hope you have fun at That podcast movement. I wish I could be there this year with you, man. So actually, one thing I'm running into is it's kind of hard to get the screw in where it's got to go without a screwdriver. So I gotta get a screwdriver, even though it's a thumb screw, because the card is so tall that it's hard to get. Now, the other thing I noticed that I actually didn't even realize is that there's no backplate on this card. I thought that this was it was going to come with a backplate, but it does not. Which is surprising for how large of a card it actually is. Let's see. This is a little tricky. Trying to get it. Oh, I keep missing it. I have to if I had a longer screwdriver or one that was magnetized, it might help a little bit. I'm trying to hold the screw onto the end of the screwdriver. I think I got it. Nope. It's not really lined up well. Come on. There we go. All right. All right, all in. Just filling, using the spacers for the back of the old card. All right. Mike, you asked why do you need a backplate? So what a backplate does is it's supposed to add extra support for the card. So in this case, this card is so big. They're so big and so heavy at this point with the coolers and everything that they have that they can actually sag, and you don't have to. It's mostly aesthetics, but with the weight that they are, having that extra support on the back end of it can help prevent the PCB, the board itself, from cracking. I mean, it's probably not going to happen. I think it's more for aesthetics than anything, but it doesn't hurt to have one. I don't know that I would, depending on what you're looking for at the time and what's available. It's not, you don't have to go out of your way to have one. But it's not a bad thing to get one if if it comes with the one that you're looking at getting already. All right, so we're in. Get this heavy panel on. One thing I noticed about this case, though, is that the side panel here doesn't really seem to sit tight. Even though it clicks into place, you have to like use the screws and like finagle the screws to put enough pressure on it. Like not too much pressure, but just enough pressure to keep it from ticking. It actually sounds like a hard drive ticking. And it's really loud, like right up against, sitting right next to on the floor next to me, which is really annoying, especially for something that is supposed to be designed to keep down the sound. All right. So for anyone that hadn't seen, I just popped a GTX 1070 in. There's my old 970. It's been sold, so it's going bye-bye on I was gonna say Monday, but Tuesday. And got the case. It's back together, I think. I'm gonna try to reseat it one more time. Yeah, it just has a lot of flex in it. All right, so I'm gonna lift this back up, and it's very heavy. Very, very heavy. Trying to remember where everything goes with the USB ports. This is tough sometimes. Almost done. It's surprising how many USB cables or USB devices I have that need to be plugged in. All right. trouble with the last USB cable. There we go. All right. All right, got it all. I think it's all back together. There we go. Let's hit the power button. Oh, sorry. I have a screen up here that is the default screen to come on to. So now that should be waking up, I think. Where are we at? Where are we at, dog? That's not good. Okay, yeah, so it's not, it came on, but nothing's coming up past the post. So I hit the reset switch here. See what we get. Oh, okay. The keyboard lit up this time. Mouse lit up. Oh, now it went out. It would appear it's coming back up. There we go. Okay. Let me get my password in here. So it looks like it only picked up my DVI connection. Huh. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Yeah, no, the driver should already be installed, because of the fact that it's NVIDIA drivers, and it should just pick up on the new card. Never experienced it. Oh, that's fancy. Why is it? I wonder why I decided to do that. Oh, there we go. No, they were already up to date. It just had to figure out what it wanted to do, and then it figured out that I actually have that screen up there usually disabled. I only turn it on when I'm going to do the elliptical. As you can see, the elliptical is right there, and I want to watch a movie, or a documentary or something while I'm doing it. So that's when I turn on Kodi. I guess it just took a minute to figure out what it wanted to do. All right. Well, I think that I'd like to do a restart real quick, just for good measure. All right. So you see 3 of the drives come up, and then it actually restarts it again. Oh, I missed it the first time. So yeah, so the computer actually has to boot. Well, sort of. It has to post twice because I have two SATA expansion cards in it, so that I can get all the hard drives in. And so it has to boot once, and then goes back to the splash screen, and then boots again. So Windows logo over there. Oh, there we go. Password now. All right, cool. So now we got it. This G-Sync display connected. I'm gonna make sure my monitor, that it set my monitor refresh rate at the right. At the right rate. Yeah, so I have it set to 144 hertz for this monitor, which is really nice. It's a nice upgrade over the old days of like 60 hertz panels. Well, you would say that, Mike, that I'm set on hard drive space, but before I go to the benchmark, let me show you. I only have about a little over 10 terabytes free at the moment. And at some point, I really would like to lower the amount of drives I have, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 drives in a pool to get that 30 terabytes, and then I have an extra 2 terabyte drive that's actually it's about halfway full. And then I have my main SSD solid state hard drive for the Windows and everything, and then I have a second SSD that I just picked up a few weeks back for $100. It's a 500 gig drive that I'm using for games and stuff like that. So let's see, open up Uplay, get my numbers over here. Yeah, movies, TV shows, all that's on the 30 terabytes. So I'm gonna open up Siege. Oh, I should have probably opened up Afterburner as well. Hopefully it opens up. Oh, good, it did. Opens up on the on this screen over here. So we can see all the stats over here. Right now it's at 55 degrees. Now I do plan to overclock this. I'll run the bench first and see what happens. I'll just keep the same settings for now, so we have the baseline. But we should be able to push it a lot further. Definitely, well, I mean, it's hitting 144 frames a second that the monitor can display. So our min went up to 94.3. Average went up to 136.5, and the max was 221.8. So the max wasn't a huge increase, not as much as the average was. The average went up from 96.9 all the way to 136.5, which is a pretty significant increase. And then the min went from 61 to 94. So that's awesome. And that's without even raising any of the settings. So let's just put it up. Let's see. And this also doesn't take into account the fact that I want to do some oversampling, some super sampling of the overall graphics. So right now we're sitting at 40 frames a second. Wow, 36, 32. I mean, thanks to G-Sync, it's not stutter, it's not skipping or stuttering at all. But yeah, it's definitely pushing the limits of what it can handle. And this is at 2560 by 1440, so we're not even at 4K, which is the main reason I wanted to upgrade the card, was because of the fact that I'm running 1440p, and wanted to be able to get more out of the monitor I just bought. So we're gonna bump this back down because I don't think the filtering needs to be turned all the way up. The shadow detail I'll leave it very high, but I don't really think I need it to be very high. We'll hit apply, and we'll just leave it the shadow very high. So while that's running, oh yeah, we're at 130. So there's a little bit of a dip with medium, or from medium to very high shadows. But I'll be honest, I can't really tell. I mean, I can't tell the difference, from medium to very high shadows. I don't know that it's a worthwhile. I'm always err on the side of lowering shadows just because I know how intensive they are, to gain frame rate. But right now we're pushing the 144 hertz. So yeah, basically the same. 90 instead of 94, 133 instead of 136, and the max frame rate took a hit. 170, 178 instead of 221. So the shadows are nice, but not necessarily that big of a deal. So over here you can see that the card itself, was it even hitting? Was the card even hitting 100? No, the power usage was only hitting 73. And the temperature never went above 64 degrees, 63 degrees, even when it was at 100. So it's pretty ridiculous. The fan never even really. They don't spin very much. It says the fan speed's at 55%, but it's only spinning at 1200 RPMs. So that's not bad at all. CPU usage, yeah. So let's see. So what I can do is I can overclock this. I think. Oh, hold on a second. I'm gonna skip out on this live. Okay, I'm back. Let's give it a try now. So let's see, that brought it up to, with very high, 140 from 133 on average, and 97 instead of, I think it was like 90. So yeah, so overclocking it by 200 megahertz on the core, and then about 600 on the memory, it definitely did a number. Pretty decent increase. So what I want to check now is, can I add? How do I add? Let's see. How do I? Oh, that's not good. Alright, so it looks like it crashed. Yeah, it crashed. But it looks like my core clock hit 2100. It's a little high. So we'll just go to like 143. So yeah, so we ended up crashing it once we got the card up to 2139. Rainbow Six had it hung, unfortunately. But like power wise, I mean this is doing a really amazing job with heat. I know my old card used to get up to like I think it was 80 degrees pretty quickly and kind of hang around there, and this is doing a really good job of keeping the heat down. Let's see, options, graphics, bench. Let's see. So right now we're hanging around 2,000 on the core, and the memory's at 4590. So we're at 2,076. The temperature's at 61 degrees, and we're hanging right around the 140 range. Well, apparently there was a min frame that skipped through about 96 frames per second. And we're at 64 degrees Celsius. So yeah, so that so backing it down just a little bit, it didn't crash that time. It got us to over 2,000 megahertz on the core. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that actually. So I'm just gonna run it one more time. Just to make sure it doesn't crash again. Right now we're at 2063 on the core clock, and still only 64 degrees Celsius for the temperature. And the max frame was 208. And 140. So that pretty consistent. So just have to see if this overclock holds when I actually play real world games, because I know when I overclocked my 970 it worked fine on the benchmarks, but when I tried to actually play games, that's when I would run into problems. So yeah, hopefully this is the case. Hopefully it sticks. Yeah, so I guess that pretty much wraps up my unboxing of the MSI Armor Edition of the GTX 1070. Definitely impressed. You know, once I sell my card, it's less than a $200 upgrade for a pretty significant upgrading in graphics performance. So yeah, definitely worth it in my opinion, in more ways than one. So yeah, oh, apparently it crashed. Awesome. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna here, and thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out the video of the GTX 1070 from MSI. Happy 4th of July.